We're starting to see the banks kind of bring their rates lower already. April's inflation number came out at 2.7. It's almost giving the nod to the Bank of Canada to say, hey, we could justify lowering the interest rate.
Live behind decisions I chose. Peaks feel good and the valleys get low. Chains for the tires in the rain, hail, snow. It's like this everywhere that I go, everywhere that I go.
Hey everybody, it's Hussein Kabani, your favorite broker. And this video at this time in the marketplace is going to be dedicated to a group of people I really like. First-time home buyers. What I am seeing out there right now, obviously, is a ton of inventory. We basically have like 80% more inventory across the GTA than we did last year. So there's a lot of cool opportunities over here. Now, the feedback I'm getting from a bunch of first-time home buyers is actually two things. It's two parts. One part of it is something that I can't really control, which is pricing. Hey, it's just too expensive. A $500,000 condo is too expensive because I got to show about $100,000 in income to be able to qualify for it. Things like this, right? Which I totally understand. Like our real estate in GTA for the most part is pretty expensive and it likely requires dual income to be able to afford it. So I understand where that's coming from. And again, that's not something that we could really control. I mean, there is one way that could possibly change is if a lot of people get super desperate to sell their properties and they start lowering prices and our inventory continues to rise, then sure, that opportunity will increase. But then I'm not sure how comfortable you will feel about buying at that time if you're already skeptical about getting into the market, because you're gonna be like, oh no, the world's ending and everyone's selling their properties for dirt cheap. I don't think it's a good time to buy. So you could run across that situation as well. But the main thing I'm hearing from people as well is that it's the interest rates. Oh, we're going to be buying when the interest rates come down. Now, historically, the way that it's gone is that, and it doesn't happen like right away. It's not like one changes, the other one balances out in a different way. But historically, what has happened is that once the interest rates start to come down, the prices start to go up, okay? So it's almost a mathematical absolute. Right now, it could be a little bit more difficult than that just kind of happening on its own because we are sitting at a higher inventory position. Like I said, about 80% more than we even did last year. And even the condo market was like 86 or 87% in the 416. They have that much more inventory available for sale. Now, it does actually create some interesting opportunities for people trying to get into the market, okay? So right now, we basically average selling price is the same as it was last year in April. It's the same thing that it is right now. The difference is, again, a lot of inventory. I know I keep emphasizing this because it's very important. There is 80% more inventory available for sale right now, even though that the average price last year in April was the same as it is this last April. But I think that there could be some room there because the inventory has increased even more since April into May right now. So what I'm saying is that I think that there's opportunity for people to get in. The interest rates are starting to come down a little bit, despite Bank of Canada not lowering the rates. But if you've been keeping an eye on what the bank has been doing, we've been noticing that the fixed rates have been coming down. Like there are some 5-year fixed rates, even 3-year fixed rates that you can get at, 4.79%. And even TD Bank and I think a couple of other banks have basically said that even their variable rate, they're discounting it by 1% or 1.1. And I think I saw Varian post something about like, I could be wrong, but I think he posted something about a 1.1% discount on variable plus some cash back from a lender. So, there are some very cool offers out there for people to get into markets. We're starting to see the banks kind of bring their rates lower already. The other thing is that April's inflation number came out at 2.7. So it's almost giving the nod to the Bank of Canada to say, hey, it's going to be time we could justify lowering the interest rates. Again, when they lower the interest rates, I don't think it's going to come down dramatically. It's going to be a slow process to kind of go at it. But hey, is a quarter point decrease from the Bank of Canada out of question in June? I don't think so. I think right now people are still kind of split 50-50, but I think after the inflation number that came out for April, I think more people are on side of saying, hey, June rate cut is a likely possibility. I think most people think in July it's almost an absolute at this point right now. So first-time home buyers, you're already seeing the rates come down. Pay attention. You're already seeing the rates come down at a fixed rate. You're starting to get rate wars between banks on bringing down their variable rate. And now you're almost getting some confidence, real confidence, that the Bank of Canada is going to be lowering their interest rates. So these are all signs, guys. These are all signs of basically saying, hey, it seems like something's going to be changing in the housing market. Again, the biggest variable that we have is the amount of inventory that we are sitting on, which again works to your favor. I'm just not sure for how long. I was talking to somebody else else that has been around the market for 30 plus years earlier today, and they seem to think that in August the inventory position will come back from where we're sitting right now, about 21,500 listings available for sale, to somewhere around 18,000, which might start to make it a little bit more competitive and may allow prices to start to rise around that inventory range. I'm not saying by a lot. It's not like it's going to go up 10%. Maybe it starts to go up 2, 3, 4%, something in that range. But I think right now first-time home buyers have that buffer, and it's probably going to stick around for a while. Now, this video is not to get you guys to call me and say, okay, it's time to buy, and I'm trying to scare people into buying. It's absolutely not it. But if your horizon looks like that you're interested in real estate, you want to buy some real estate, and that time frame is maybe anywhere between 3 and 18 months away from now, I think it's a good time to start looking around and seeing if something feels right to you based on the type of property that you're able to get and type of property you're able to negotiate for. I want to say, add that's very important, because there was a time not too long ago where you would have to be competing in almost every single thing that you go into. There was even times where we were receiving 30, 40 offers on properties. Right now, that seller is probably going to be lucky to get one offer in most cases right now. We've been lucky with some of the listings that we've done. We got 3, 4, 5 offers, but even again, I'm telling you, it's very rare, even in multiple offers, to be able to sell something that over market value in today's market value. It's not happening. Even there was a townhouse that we sold, and I'll honestly tell you guys, my expectation was to get a little bit more for it. Despite having 4 offers, we really couldn't push people that far. They were very standstill of where they basically submitted their original offer. They weren't really willing to move from that. And that should give you buyers more confidence that, hey, if you don't get this one, there's that one. If you don't get that one, there's a next one. You could keep moving along. You don't have to feel forced that you have to get something. A lot of times when you're looking in areas, before it was really hard for me to show you 2 in that same area. Now I could probably show you a dozen in that same area. So a lot of inventory out there. So I think that's what you have going in your favor as well. The rates are starting to come down. It seems like they're starting to come down. It seems like they're going to continue to come down. You have a lot more negotiating power based on the inventory that is available right now at the same time. So it almost seems like it's a very good time to get in. Now, everyone's circumstance is different. I'm very open about telling people that it's not the right thing for everyone to do. And probably for a lot of the people that are watching this, it's probably not the right decision for you anyways, okay? But if you are thinking about buying real estate, what I'd encourage you guys to do, and we're seeing more traffic, our calendar's getting a little bit more booked up with people booking calls and having a quick 15-minute chat with me. And when you're on a 15-minute chat with me, I'm not trying to get your information and try to sell you something. I don't care if I sell you something or not. If you like what I'm saying and you want to work together, I'm really happy about that. But if it doesn't work, that's fine. It's not a bad idea for us to have a conversation. So maybe you could share with me what your ideas are, and I can give you my feedback. And that's all it is, just my feedback on what I'm seeing right now based on my personal experience as well of what I think that you could do next. So I think, again, if you're a first-time home buyer that's looking to get into the market, it seems like this is a good spot to kind of be in right now. Maybe not necessarily pull the trigger next week, but might be time to start pulling this information, getting yourself comfortable, and possibly pulling a trigger down the line, maybe 2, 3, 4 months from now. But important to start getting that information, having that conversation, figuring out what that looks like for you, talking to the correct professionals as a realtor and as a mortgage professional to make sure that you're going to be in a good situation. If you guys have enjoyed this video, which I really can't see how you could not have, like it, share it with your friends. Most importantly, subscribe, because my content is awesome, self-proclaimed awesome content. So don't forget to subscribe and book an appointment. I'd love to chat with you guys, talk about what you guys are dealing with right now. Gives me a little bit more insight for these videos as well. Until next time, guys, remember one thing: get Kabani, get sold.
Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold. Sell it, sell it, sell it, sell it, sold.